Hey everybody, this is Chewy Plays Nintendo, and today I'm going to talk about my thoughts and impressions of Animal Crossing New Horizons. This week, Nintendo finally showed us the upcoming Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing title. They revealed the look, the setting, the name, and the release date, along with many other things that I'll go in depth with in a future analysis video. For this video, I wanted to take you through my initial reactions to the game and how that has changed to make me believe that this is the Animal Crossing game I've always wanted. Well, almost. So to begin, let's talk about the start of that trailer. Now, if you know me, you know I spend a lot of time thinking and talking about Animal Crossing. From the podcast to these Friday videos, I cover this series a lot. That also means I follow a lot of the ideas people have for the game. There were a couple ideas I kept seeing pop up prior to this reveal: the city and the island. Both of these worried me, but I felt like there were ways to pull them off. For one, I don't mind being able to develop into a city, but it had to be an option that you could achieve much later in the game. I still wanted to start out in that foresty feel that Animal Crossing is well acquainted with. This gets me to my bigger fear. I was more worried about an island setting. I understood that even on an island, you can have seasons and forests and the setting I adore for Animal Crossing, but the fear was all of that just going away. For one, the real-time clock is a huge aspect of Animal Crossing that leads to things like changing weathers and seasons. That is the number one most important thing that makes Animal Crossing to me. Growing up in Southern California, I got a lot of sunlight, and I mean a lot. Like, the average amount of sunny days I got where I grew up was 284. Animal Crossing was always my escape from that. I got to experience a colorful fall and snowy weather. It was absolutely wonderful, and it got me away from the perpetual summer. Now cut to the introduction of this trailer, and I was instantly worried. We were flying to a deserted island. I was scared. I think islands are fine and dandy, but I have always loved the mountainy forest. When the island setting was confirmed, I started to wonder if this was going to take away the charm of all the seasons. After that, we were introduced to material gathering that would later reveal crafting was a big part of the game. Now, I'm not against the crafting mechanic by any means. In fact, it's something I hoped for in the next game, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. Regardless, the material collecting gave me more of a spin-off title vibe that also made me wonder if it was a full game. However, over the course of the trailer, my fears started to subside, and the excitement came in. I found out that my fears were unwarranted. We did get shots of the game in different seasons. The autumn and winter footage was by far my favorite part of the trailer. It let me know that the favorite settings that I had still existed within the game. We also got to see the new focus on decorating the exterior of our island. It truly felt like this game was shaping up to be exactly what I wanted from the next Animal Crossing game. So let's talk a bit about what I wanted from the game. I already mentioned that the real-time clock and seasons was key for me to get that Animal Crossing atmosphere and vibe. It seems like we're already getting nice seasons judging by the trailer, so I'm not too worried there. But a few weeks back, I talked about how I felt Animal Crossing could evolve the franchise. I went on and on about wanting more debt and all the possible ways they could introduce more debt into the game. Things like new stuff to pay off and taxes you paid to help expand the town. From what I've seen between the trailer and the treehouse segments, it looks like they took that into account. The trailer ends with Tom Nook calculating the costs of our airfare, accommodations, labor, tax, he said taxes, and the Nook phone. The total comes out to the modest sum of 49,800 bells. That's more than the first payments for the homes in Wild World, City Folk, and New Leaf all put together. It's clear that the team has been raising the stakes by giving us much more to work toward. Not only are we paying off our home, we're paying off our island and contributing to the development of the space in a much more meaningful way. They've added Nook Miles to reward you for performing different tasks around the island. As those add up, we can redeem them for some other things they didn't really go into much detail about. Outside of that, though, they threw us into my dream scenario. For a long time, I've said that I wanted to go into this Animal Crossing game and move into a place that really needed some work. My specific words may have been, I want to move into a dump and have to work to make the greatest iteration of Haken that's ever been. While the island may not look like a dump, it is definitely bare bones. I'm so ready to move into this space that needs so much work to turn it into a living, breathing town. And the developers have confirmed this. Aya Kyogoku mentioned in an interview with IGN that past games have had us move into a pre-existing village. In this one, we move somewhere completely new with 2 other animals. All of us are going through the growth of this island together. Best of all, the animals are also indebted to Nook. They start out intense and have to pay off their loans to build bigger homes. Not only do you get to grow your own space, you'll see your villagers grow theirs as well. You really get to see the progression of your island as you play the game. I'm so excited to see how they take that into account, and your progress opens up more options for what you do. The next thing I wanted was a true HD update to the visuals. I remember tweeting a long time ago about wanting the next Animal Crossing to look as good as the Mario Kart 8 track. So let's talk about the looks of Animal Crossing New Horizons. And honestly, I understand the complaints people have about it. The simple look, the need for textures on some features, the slightly muted bright coloring. I too had that impression at first, and I didn't think it looked on par with Mario Kart 8. But as I look at it more and see comparisons between New Leaf and New Horizons, I think this game is definitely on the right track. It seems like a complete update to the overall look. It looks cleaner, there are new details to the world, there are weeds that actually look beautiful. Like, I don't even want to pick them. I'm seriously considering implementing them into my designs. Just look at this side by side. It's hard not to appreciate the updated look of the game. I still think some things can be improved, but I imagine we'll see a lot of polish in the next 9 months before we get the game. I also want to show these quick shots of New Leaf when it was first revealed versus New Leaf today. There were many changes to things like the trees, flowers, and even the text boxes. I do think we just got an early taste of what is going to be available in the future. The next biggest thing I wanted was actually a feature from Happy Home Designer, and that was yards. The trailer clearly highlighted the ability you would have to really build out the exterior of your home. They showed off all the things you could place outside of your home. They even showed us fencing near the end of the trailer. It looks like we'll be able to craft all sorts of things and place them literally anywhere on this island. So let's talk about the crafting. I make a lot of videos and I saw a lot of comments from people who really didn't want crafting. Many of the comments ranged from crafting would ruin Animal Crossing to just not wanting anything from Pocket Camp to be in the game. Now, I'm a fan of the crafting. I mentioned that I'd like it back in my 5 features I'd want from Animal Crossing Pocket Camp video. Here's how I think crafting really updates the way we collect items in the game. Animal Crossing is a great formula. We wake up, log into our games, check the shops, buy new things, and put those things in our place. Once you've done your shopping for the day, there wasn't much of a need to go back again. The store was out of stock of items you wanted. Maybe you were a completionist like me and would buy out everything. Regardless, that was the end. Once you hit that point, you waited a day, and you could start all over. Collecting for a huge bulk of the items was a mostly mindless task. You just showed up to the store every day and took a look to see if they had what you wanted. That is what I consider a passive task. You aren't doing anything really substantial to earn the items. You really just show up somewhere and get lucky if it's there. New Horizons is flipping this on its head. It uses crafting to give you the options to make an item yourself instead of buying one. Now, the reason I say it gives us an option is because the treehouse showed us that we still have the ability to buy things. If we talk to Timmy in the shop, he'll show us the selection of things he has available. While we have the option to buy tools, we can instead collect the materials needed to make them on our own. This is a much more active way of collecting all the items. On top of that, it removes the limits we had with the store each day. With the store system, we were forced to wait for new inventory each day. With crafting, we can go out and find materials to make multiple items. Instead of being limited by the daily stock, you're limited with the amount of crafting recipes you have. You have to earn the recipes in order to make new items. It's a much more rewarding system that gives you way more control over the game. I'm a huge fan of what I've seen so far, and I'm really excited about the possibilities we'll have. So why is Animal Crossing New Horizons almost everything I ever wanted? Well, there's still one thing I want to know about the game. Is it possible to expand our island? Considering this game allows you to have up to 8 players move in, and who knows how many villagers, I fear the space available to decorate and develop depleting quickly if you were to push this game to its limits. While this may not be a problem with me having a shared island with at most one other person, I would like to see the potential of growing a town. We've also seen no special characters outside of Tom Nook and the Nooklings. We know they're there, but are they going to open up their own shops around the island? How are they going to appear once the game finally gets to that point? And once they do appear, does that dig further into the space that we have? Regardless though, I get the impression that the development team has really thought out the game to make it as full as possible. I played New Leaf every single day for about 2 years straight before slowing down. I hope I can get about 4 years of daily play out of New Horizons. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to my impressions of this game. I'm so excited to see more, and I think the game has tons of potential. Let me know what you think about Animal Crossing New Horizons in the comments. This weekend, I plan on working on an in-depth analysis of the trailer and the treehouse footage, and all the information we've gotten through interviews about the game thus far. Be on the lookout for that video next week. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you all then. Bye!